We think that we need to be in the gym, in a physical gym. We have to leave our house, either drive or walk to a gym and spend hours there. No, right? Because 80% of the results you're going to get is going to come from what you eat or don't eat.
Hi, Trudie German. Thank you so much for being here on Staying Ageless. We are so excited to have you today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really do appreciate it.
You're the bomb.com. So I was looking at your pictures and I was getting tired. I was like, whew, it's a lot of abs. I mean, it's just, there's
Well,
muscle,
I do try.
there's like muscles on top of muscles. I will say I have a 4-pack, but I don't have that extra pack that you got at the bottom. So I was like, what do I got to do to get that extra pack at the bottom?
Just lift a little heavier. Lift a little heavier. That's the thing. A lot of people keep thinking that abs comes from crunches or sit-ups. And I was one of those people until I got in the industry. And it's like abs are from two things. What you don't eat, which is not a lot of sugar, especially the refined processed sugar, and lifting heavy weights.
Mm.
That's what has really worked for me. No crunches. I always tell my clients and people who wanting abs or even a flatter tummy, crunches and sit-ups give you neck and back pain, not flatter tummy.
Mm. That's good. I mean, it's the core. It's like the root of all of your movement. So it makes sense that doing different types of movements would strengthen your core. Is that correct?
Exactly. When was the last time you saw someone without a core? Never. You'll see. You think about it. You may see someone without limbs, but never without the core, because it's your base of support. It's your mid. It's where everything starts and finish, right? So you strengthen it, and hey, you become stronger all over.
Mm. So how did you get into fitness in general and end up with this banging body that's being posted everywhere?
Well, I got into fitness because of Angela
Hey.
Bassett. I saw her in What's Love Got to Do with It in the 90s, and her arms blew
I mean,
me
those arms.
away. I wanted her arms. I didn't care about anything else. It was just like, give me Angela Bassett's arms. I went to the store and I got a set of 10 pounds. And I remembered I did bicep curls every day for 90 days.
What?
I didn't work any other body part, nothing. I didn't work legs. I didn't go running. I just curled and curled and curled. And of course, I got it because I was a teenager. So, that time it's so easy to get.
It's
And then
right.
later on, it was like, okay, girl, you could get the arms you want. You have thick legs. You don't want the thick legs. What if you work to get them thinner? I did get them thinner, but didn't like it because black girls, we got booty. We need those thick legs to hold it up.
Right.
And then I continued. So it was simply
Okay.
thanks to Miss Angela Bassett.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. So at what point did you go from your personal training to I want to be a trainer?
I did the entire corporate thing. I live in Toronto, went to school for theater, wanted to become an actress, but then after school, this thing called bills. Bills were due, so I knew someone in the corporate world, and I got a job there. And I was in the insurance industry for a few years, and I became that girl at work. Meaning, I came in 8 to 4. I did exactly what was required and nothing else. It wasn't a good environment. Even my manager, she was so nice at the time. She was like, "You don't like it here. Why don't you do something in fitness, become a personal trainer?" I remember looking at her as if she had 5 foreheads and thinking,
That is so funny. So she saw it in you before you even saw it.
yeah, because I would leave, whenever it's treat days, I was the one always bringing in the fruits. Whenever they brought in the processed stuff, I didn't want it. I ate healthy, and they all knew I went to the gym. But I had no desire to become an entrepreneur. I thought entrepreneur was for crazy people. And people, to be honest, I also thought it came from money because this was before Facebook and Instagram days where we didn't see a lot of people looking like us becoming entrepreneurs, right?
Yes.
So that not having the stability of an income, but you have the bills due, that's something that never interested me, to be honest. So I left that company, went to another one, and I wasn't happy. And I remember another friend of mine at the time, she was like, why don't you do something in fitness? You can do it part time and then transition. And I did that for 6 months. I worked a corporate job, 8 to 4. Then I would go to the gym and train people 5 to 10, and then on weekends. And I did that for 6 months. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do this full time. And I remember when I decided to do it full time, I was at that gym, but I didn't want to be at that gym anymore because enough emphasis wasn't placed on customer service. It was more about their bottom line, which is fine. You have a business, you have to generate income, but I wasn't happy there. And I remember I started applying to other jobs, to other fitness centers or gyms, and no one called me back. No one called me back. And that's when a friend of mine said, why don't you just start your own business and go to clients? And it was like, oh, okay. Once again, this wasn't something that was planned. I was never one of those people who I knew I was always going to be an entrepreneur. No, I wanted to go to work,
Right.
get my secure paycheck, get that benefit, get my, secured vacation so I can travel. And,
Right.
and that's how I started my business.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So, when it comes to training, how do you, I mean, there's so many questions. Like like how much time do you really think it takes to get fit? Like if someone was like, "I want to put in the bare minimum amount of time. I feel like I don't have time to get fit." What would you tell them?
The bare minimum can be 20 minutes. And that's a misconception. We think that we need to be in the gym, in a physical gym. We have to leave our house, either drive or walk to a gym and spend hours there. No, right? Because 80% of the results you're going to get is going to come from what you eat or don't eat. So even if you're in the gym 90 minutes a day, but then you're eating crappy, that's not going to happen, right? So it's about, you can get the bare minimum, even 10 minutes if you're eating clean. And eating clean also doesn't mean be eating boring. A lot of people tend to think that. So
Hmm.
even 20 minutes, 3 times a week, even 4 times a week, but the minimum 20 minutes, 3 times a week.
For women who are over 30 or seasoned, we'll just call them seasoned women.
Girl, I'm over 40. I call us mature,
Okay,
okay?
mature. For mature women, what are some things that you think that need to be additional things to consider at that age or at any seasoned age when working out?
Few things to discover is how we're managing our stress.
Mm,
I don't think we understand the impact that stress has on our overall health. If you're stressed, you're not sleeping properly. If you're not sleeping properly, you're slowing down your metabolism. If you're not sleeping properly, you are going to be making unhealthy food choices, right? And another thing is, I don't think we know enough about, for example, magnesium. My clients who are usually over 40 and they're entering the change, that's a big thing, right? The craving sugar. And that's usually also because stress and could be low on magnesium. So I would say definitely watch your sugar intake and of course your stress level because there is a correlation between those and being fit. And it's not just about having a flat stomach or, a six pack. It's also about eating clean for you, for your family, having the energy to do the things that you enjoy.
mm. Do you often have conversations with women where you are helping them understand the difference between losing weight and also like or losing body fat percentage and what that means?
Every day, even on
I
my
feel like
lives when
I
I
have that
log on,
conversation every day and I'm a nutritionist, so
because people don't understand and that there's a difference between losing fat and losing weight. Losing weight, that includes losing fat, losing muscles,
muscle
losing
ma-
water. Losing fat, that's all it is, losing fat, right? And the fat around our stomach, that's not healthy. The visceral fat, because then that can lead to other issues, high blood pressure, heart attack, stuff like that.
No, for
So that,
sure.
that's
For
what I try to
sure.
explain to them. Do you want to lose fat or do you want to lose weight? And once I explain the difference, they're like, oh, okay, I want to lose fat. I think it's just about educating people, getting them to understand the difference, because they're coming to us because they don't know. Just like how when we go to our accountants, we don't know, so we go to the experts, right?
Yeah. What would you say is the best way outside of hiring a trainer, which is one thing that people could definitely do? What is another way to be a little bit more strategic about your workouts? Like a lot of people, I feel like, kind of want to work out, but they don't exactly know what to do. So they're like, you know what I mean? I guess I'll do nothing or I'll go for a walk or whatever it is.
Well, something they can do is, join classes online, right? And also there are different apps. There are also free apps that offer stuff on what to do. And they have this university. It's called YouTube University.
I'm on it all the time, getting hit workout.
But here's the thing with those things. It also can be so much, right? You can be bombarded with so much. So I would say definitely join a group class. Find your one in your local area, in your community, and just, or even friends. You may not know how many people you know who know someone who can help you. Sometimes you just gotta ask.
Mm. How important is it to have sort of like a rotation of workouts in order to create a balanced physique? Like, does it make, I mean, like, we heard your story about working your biceps for 90 days straight so you can get to Angela Bassett arms, child. But do I need to be like, leg day and this? See, I do Pilates, so I'm always doing like full bodies, like,
Mhm.
stretching stuff. But it's like, for someone who's trying to achieve specific physique goals, does it make sense to constantly rotate their exercises?
Here's the first thing I would say to that. Exactly what are your goals? Are you trying to gain weight or are you trying to lose fat? Because if you're trying to lose fat, you should be hitting the larger muscle groups whenever you train, hitting the legs, the back, the chest, because those are larger muscle groups when you're training. You should also be incorporating HIIT, high intensity training, because that will help you lose fat. Are you trying to put on muscles? Are you trying to put on weight, right? Then you don't need as much cardio and you don't need as much HIIT. You should definitely be splitting up your workouts. That, for someone like that, they're going to need more than 20 minutes a day, to be honest with you. So first, it depends on what your goals are. Then you work based on that.
Okay. And do you believe in your particular philosophy, do you believe that, gym kind of workouts are the only way to go, or can you build muscle doing body weight exercises and other things?
Of course you can. I'm not, we're in an era now. I remember when I started online, a lot of clients, they were like, I don't want online, I don't want online. I need to be in a gym. And then COVID hit
Right.
and changed everything. So I think even people of that who had that mentality have realized, oh, I can do this at home. I can lose weight at home. I can build muscle at home. No, you can definitely use your own body weight. Calisthenics will definitely help with that, right? Because a lot of it, losing fat, gaining weight, goes back to nutrition, right? So you don't need the gym to do that. You can do that from the comfort of your home.
Yeah, no, that's so good. And yes, that's why I always end up being like a pseudo trainer. Like, okay, you need to because the nutrition makes such a big difference. And I've
Yep.
also helped people who are trainers. I've had trainers as my clients because they're trying to achieve like very specific physique goals. So we really go
Hmm.
in on their macros and all the stuff just to make sure that they're hitting those goals. So I think that's great that you're telling people to pay attention to their nutrition. Yay. Um I don't know. Let me think. What else do I want to ask you about? I feel like those are kind of like the baseline things that really are there other things that come up a lot with, especially with women when it comes to, their body and strength training?
Yes. I don't want to look bulky. I
Yes,
don't want
that
to
was the
look like
question
a
I was going to
man
ask
when I
you.
lift
What do you say to
weights.
someone who says, I don't want to look bulky or I don't want to, yeah.
Any woman you see who look bulky or look like a man from lifting weights, that is not simply from lifting weights. They've added stuff, steroids, other things. So I'm like, I always ask, are you going to be adding steroids? Because I'm like, I won't be telling you to add steroids. And then they're like, oh, no. But I think that's a misconception that women think once they start lifting weights, they're going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or, the bodybuilding guy in the gym. No, you won't. Where women are not built like that, right? And any woman you see who look like that, they've added stuff. Another thing is, I feel a lot of women, they want to lose the fat, they want to do the work, but the nutrition is their biggest struggle. Because especially when they're socializing or they have spouse or children, the thought that they will have to make separate meals, that the family won't want that, that's another deterrent, right? But I also coach them on that, because when they work with me, it's like, no, eating clean can taste good, your family will enjoy it, promise me. You don't have to get them right at first, but once they start seeing you preparing the meals, they'll slowly come over. And it always happens. And women still believe, no matter how I'm trying to preach to them, no crunches, no sit ups. I talk about this so much in my life. My clients who work with me, they get it, but even when we just started, that resistance, like, so we're not going to perform crunches, we're not going to perform sit ups, and I'm going to lose the fat. Yes, you
Right.
are. Yes, you are.
Right. Okay, that's really cool. So, what are some of your favorite whole body exercises like that you can do and like kind of like knock out a few things?
Burpees. Everyone has a
Oh, I
love hate.
hate burpees. Oh,
So do I, but they work. Burpees take me out all the time, but they work, right? It's one of those things, they work. Another one, push ups. A lot of women don't have enough body strength for that, but we can slowly work up to that. And push ups doesn't work just the chest, it works the entire upper body. Your core is engaged, shoulders, back, chest, arms, everything. And lunges and squats. I always say, start with those. Start with the basic. When people are like, oh, I don't have anything at home to work out with, do you have a body? You do. Use that. Use what you have.
yeah.
It
No,
doesn't
that's
have to be
awesome.
complicated. Us humans love to complicate stuff too much.
No, for sure. So tell us a little bit about your program. You have a program. I actually love the title of your program. What is it? Get Fit
Yes.
with Trudy. It's a
Don't worry, I
lifestyle
got the
boo.
name for you. It's Get Fit with Trudy. It's a lifestyle boo.
Yes. Yes.
And the name, I remember when I was deciding to come up with a program, I was like, I want something where the name tells them exactly what it is and what they're getting. So I don't teach clients to diet. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in those quick fixes, in those fad diets, right? I teach my clients, I teach my women how to lose fat and keep it off in a healthy and realistic way. You're not going to diet for 2 weeks. You're not 2 weeks and lose 20 pounds, and then next month you gain 30, because that's what happens. You're not going to go on a juice diet for 5 weeks, for 5 days. You know, tick off everyone around you because you're hungry and lose 10 pounds, and the next week you gain it. So I want them to understand that you can train 20 to 30 minutes from the comfort of your home. You can eat clean and it's not boring. And you can enjoy your glass of wine, your pizza, going out with your family, because it's a lifestyle. And once you learn how to maintain it, how to make it sustainable, then you realize, oh, I can do this, right? So I definitely want it to be about a lifestyle, because that's what I'm about. I don't believe in those quick fixes. It's like, hey, you gotta live, but you want to feel good and you want to look good.
Makes sense. Do you have kids?
Anti, I'm all about the anti life.
Okay. I was curious just because I was about to ask you some tips for post pregnancy. Um no, but I feel like all of that is really good stuff. I love it. Where can people find you online, and where can people try out your course?
So they can find me online, bodyenvy.ca, and I'm on Instagram at bodyenvy1. And if you go to my site, bodyenvy.ca, you can definitely try my program, 7 days for $7. Try me before you commit to me.
Okay, cool. That sounds great. Thank you so much, Trudy.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for having me. Have a great one.